So, let's talk then about our heavy hitter of the week. So I know you've been raring to go on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it is the one that has picked up the Golden Globe for both Best Film and Best Director. It is, of course, 1917. Spoiler alert, Van said it in the opening credit bit. Thanks, Van.
I think there's a bus going to sail by any minute, waving it past our window, I
Whatever.
think. But...
it's based on a set of tall stories, and I say tall stories, from Sam Mendes' own grandfather, who served in the First World War. But it follows two young soldiers who have been basically sent on what looks like quite a hopeless mission to go and save 1,600 soldiers from a potential ambush by the Germans.
Well, that's it, because it's a colonel who thinks he's found a break in the lines, but aerial photography has shown that it's not. It's a new front. Yeah. They're all going to die, but they can't get in touch with him to warn him, and one of the men is, of course, one of the soldiers' older brothers.
The second are due to attack the line shortly after dawn tomorrow. They have no idea what they're in for. And we can't warn them. As a parting gift, the enemy cut all our telephone lines. Your orders are to get to the second at Kwasi Wood, 1 mile southeast of the town of Auguste. Deliver this to Colonel Mackenzie. It is a direct order to call off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, it will be a massacre. We will lose 2 battalions, 1,600 men, your brother among them. You think you can get there in time?
Yes, sir.
And this, for me, the big thing that everyone's kind of going on about this is it's a one-take wonder, right?
No, it ain't.
No, I saw
3.
I saw 2.
Did you see 2?
I saw
3.
2 cut points. But do you know what? I bet we sat through it and we're like looking out for this because we're geeks like that.
I'll be honest. I was looking for the seams in the digital edit. I think I've spotted a fair few of them, to be honest.
Okay.
But I actually did the Me Movies review for this yesterday. I've actually seen the movie a second time since.
Now, the question is have you seen it in a cinematic environment?
I have. I did have the
good.
pleasure. And obviously, you should see this on the biggest screen.
100%.
Fantastic to look at, isn't it?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, on the one hand, this is IMAX brought to life. This is World War I for IMAX.
Yeah,
surely.
and I saw it in the Dolby screening room. So, you've got Dolby Atmos and everything, and you need to feel immersed in this because what it does is it gives you that understanding of just how grim life was like in the trenches, and also, more troublingly, just how young the boys were.
Very true. I mean, I will say though, it's breathtaking. The limited use of shots, the few number of shots that they use, does help with that immersion. It does keep the momentum going. I think the 2 stars of this are obviously Sam Mendes, who is juggling so many balls with this one.
Yeah.
There are so many moving parts to this, but also more importantly, I think Roger Deakins. Beautiful cinematography. There is a
100%.
sequence, so that sequence involving fire.
Yeah.
That you just look at and think, wow, this is more rapturous than most horror movies.
Yeah.
You could literally film Dante this way.
Yeah.
It's
Do you know
insane.
what? As well, like the 2 stars of it. So George McKay and Dean Charles Chapman. Now,
this is where we're going to disagree. But go on.
No. So I thought George McKay I really liked, and I thought he was a good lead in this. The film centres on them. Obviously, you've got big names, but they are literally cameos in this.
So it's like Private Ryan, where they get the big names to sort of pop up here and there
exactly.
along
So
the
Colin
way,
Firth,
isn't it?
Benedict Cumberbatch, Andrew Scott, Mark Strong, Richard Madden. Dean Charles Chapman had a bit of a amateur dramatics kind of feel to him in a way. I didn't think he was particularly accomplished as an actor in this movie, but I actually thought that worked.
Really?
Because I thought his naivety and kind of boisterousness of, nope, we're going to go and do it. Actually, if you're thinking about the boys on the front line that actually might do it, I actually thought that kind of worked. That it was quite jarring to start with and a bit sort of like, tally-ho, let's go, I'm going to go off to war kind of thing. But actually, surely that's maybe what they were like. I don't know.
I'm a fan of George McKay. I'm a big fan of George McKay. I met him once at one of Kermode's things, forgot his name, and just immediately went, Bromley! Because I'm such a fan of Pride.
Yeah.
Sidebar, if you've not seen Pride, see Pride.
Oh, it's one of
awesome.
the best films.
It is. I don't like him in this. I think
Is he too posh for you?
No, I think the only direction he's been given is imagine if Nicholas Lyndhurst were in the trenches. As for Dean
That is cruel.
As for Dean Charles Chapman, I think you could have probably gotten the same performance out of a moist flannel.
No, but I am kind of with you on the fact that he wasn't quite right.
I mean, I think it is a technical exercise, a better technical exercise than it is a film.
Yeah.
And I think that is down entirely to the fact that I think it has 2 very ineffectual leads. I know you agree with half of that, but for me, the leads let it down.
I think there was a thinking behind having them not particularly be as accomplished in this.
10 years ago, Sam Claflin would have been the lead in this, and I think that would have been a lot better.
Maybe.
Someone like that. I also think the script isn't particularly very good. I think
There's not a lot to it.
Well, there's not, but I think the dialogue that's there is very wooden, very Stilton. I think it exposits sort of character specifics rather than giving you character development.
Yeah.
And I think these are the kinds of flaws that people will heap the praise on for the technical exercise and just sort of forget the flaws.
Well, I think, hang on, I think that's exactly why it's only being nominated for things like Best Director, Best Film.
Very telling.
Cinematography, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's going to pick up on all the technical categories. For me, the thing that it lacked as an overall film, and I will compare it to this other film, is urgency.
Yes. But I mean, it has some of that. But
It goes in peaks and troughs, right?
yeah.
And there are some parts of the bit in the trenches and bits that actually feel too clean for what that would have been like.
You're not the first person who said that, actually.
And I don't know if that's me being mean about it, but actually
No.
that's how I felt. However, when you watch something like Dunkirk, you feel that urgency from start to finish.
That's it. For me, I think this needed a wider berth after Dunkirk. I still feel like Dunkirk was too soon before this, in a sense.
It's that ticking clock of Dunkirk that
Yeah.
lives with me, works so well as an immersive experience. This took you through multiple emotions and don't get me wrong, it flew by, but as a technical film.
Can I give it 2 separate ratings on that level then? Can I say it gets 2 thumbs up as a technical
Fine,
exercise?
because I'll agree with you on that.
It gets 1 thumb up as a film.
I think I'm going to agree. Do you know what? I gave it out when I was doing my reviews this morning. I gave it 4.5 out of 5. And I do think it lives up to that.
That's it. I think because most people are going to take it as the technical exercise.
Yeah.
And because on that level, it is a 2 thumbs up film.
Yeah,
Hands down.
100%. Yeah.